Hello, and thank you for clicking on this video. So I wanted to ask you, do you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear? Now, if you're reacting like, duh, then you may not understand exactly what I'm asking. So stick with me here, and I will, of course, read some verses here towards the end that speak to what I'm about to speak about. And this kind of came up because I mentioned this either in yesterday's video or the day before about when I was a believer and I read the same words many times, but I really didn't see and hear. I didn't really understand what they were really saying until really I became what I could call a knower, and God really made himself real in my life, like real, not just an idea. So I want to bring this up because it's something, it's kind of hard to explain because you're not aware of it until you become aware of it. And that sounds like duh, but it's part of humbling yourself, okay? You have to admit that you don't know it all, okay? That's why the Bible talks about seek and you shall find, because you don't already know it, okay? It says knock and the door will be opened, because it's behind a door you can't see unless you want to see, and you knock and it's open. It's not hidden from you out of your control. It's hidden from you because you choose that. Okay, we have free will. Okay, we have free will, and again, that kind of goes back to like humbling yourself, because you have to, like with more. This is an old saying, like really a patriotic saying, but with more freedom comes more responsibility, and that's really true. Okay, if you have the free will, that means you choose. Okay, it's you're responsible for what you choose. Okay, there is no getting around that. And if you choose to not look beyond what this physical world is showing you, then that's what you'll see. If you want to know the Lord, if you want to know more, if there's something inside and you really feel the feelings, that desire, that craving, just like you wish you had that car, or you wish whatever you had, you were dating that person or whatever, okay? Like the feeling, that craving, and you can't stop thinking about it, like you really want it. You can't just say it, okay? Then he will show you. And the thing is to be understanding and wisdom and truth is of God, and it comes from God. It's not like an ability. So that's why you got to put your pride down and humble yourself. It's not like you're special in the way that you made it happen, okay? It's you have to understand that God loves you and that he gives it to you, okay? It's just the way it is, okay? It's just the way it is. He's the creator of all. He's the almighty. He's the all-powerful. He's all-knowing. Just admit that. And the creation, us, is never greater than the creator, okay? And again, that's why you have to humble to really see. And anyway, so I wanted to really speak about this because if you want to, if you hear about God or whatever and you're one just to kind of shrug it off, then if you don't want to see, that's going to be okay to you in your mind. You can okay it in your mind because you won't see. And you don't know what you don't know. So that's why it's so important for people who do know the Lord to give their testimony. They have their own book of the Bible, like their own testimony of what the Lord has done for them, to help inspire those who don't know to seek and to knock, because it's for all of us. We are all his creations. We're all his children. If you exist, he loves you. He doesn't willy-nilly do things and then just forget about you or just leave you out to dry. Okay, he loves you. He is love. He is infinite love. And that's really hard for us to really comprehend. Okay? And so he gives you what your heart desires. And if you don't want to know, you're not going to know. But if you hear people talk about their walk with God, what God has done for them, and if you crave it, desire that, he's got specific gifts for you. Okay? Don't envy what God's done for others. Just know that he's an infinite God. He loves you infinitely, and he's got crafted, precious gifts beyond material things, okay? That you may not even know that you want until you're given them, but they're for you because he knows you. He created you. He created the gifts for you. He's got that. He's got it, okay? But if you don't want it, he's not going to give it to you no matter how much he wants to give it to you because he doesn't break the promise of free will. So I want to set the stage because it's so important. Because I think so many people really don't even look. Because they look at worldly things and what the world tells them, and then they think that's all there is. But the truth is, that's all they want to know there is. Because then it's easier to not think about it or worry about it or whatever. But that's the enemy. Those are lies. He's trying to steal your gifts, your peace, your happiness, your joy from you by deceiving you. He can't make you do things, but if he can deceive you into choosing the wrong things, that's how he works. He has no power over us. Okay? It's what we do. We have more power than Satan himself because we still have God's grace. He loves us. Okay? It's not like Hollywood movies. And Hollywood's a whole different video I've mentioned before. Like the Hollywood is what like witches and wizards make like their wands out of. Okay? Hollywood is all about spells and mesmerizing and manipulation. Okay? The actual Hollywood, Google it if you don't believe me. So anyways, that's a separate video. But I want to read some Bible verses here, okay? I'm going to start with Proverbs chapter 20, verse 11 through 17. Even a child is known by his doings, whether his work be pure and whether it be right. And this goes along with what Jesus said, like you know the tree by the fruit it bears, okay? And it's kind of goes along the lines of, don't believe what they say, know what they do, okay? As far as a filter for truth, okay? But continuing on, the hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord hath made even both of them, okay? Again, no one's more special than anyone else. He can't love more than infinite. He loves all of us infinitely, each of us. Okay? So there's not like the ego thinking of being special. It's God's grace because we asked our Father to know. But you can't just say it. You got to really want it in your heart. It's a whole different level than just what this world usually does because whatever goes with that, you're asking for. It's not just the way you picture it in your head. It could, usually that's the way it works. So it's from God. It's not you. Does that make sense? So anyways, continuing on. Love, not sleep, lest thou come to poverty. Open thine eyes, and thou shalt be satisfied with bread. It is not, saith the buyer. But when he is gone his way, then he boasteth. There is gold and a multitude of rubies, but the lips of knowledge are a precious jewel. Take his garment that is surety for a stranger, and take a pledge of him for a strange woman. Bread of deceit is sweet to a man, but afterwards his mouth shall be filled with gravel. Okay? And what this is really talking about is what I'm talking about. Like, first of all, you don't know until you know, and the only way to know is from the source, which is God. He gives that to you. But you need to ask, and you need to really desire it. You need to seek it, because we have free will. He's not going to infringe on that, okay? And really, the gifts that are precious like jewels are not jewels. What you think the physical things give you, don't give them to you. Everything comes from God. And when you have that knowledge, that's why it's so precious, because you know you're not led astray. You're not wasting time. You're not setting yourself up for disappointments. Okay? And it goes beyond, the fulfillment goes beyond, because he created you for a purpose. And so you go to the Creator to fulfill that purpose, and you're fulfilled. It's not all this stuff in the world. Okay? So continuing on, Isaiah chapter 6, verses 6 through 10. Then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand. This is Isaiah having, it's sort of like a near-death experience. Like he's up there. He's in spirit, okay? Then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with the tongs from off the altar. And he laid it upon my mouth, and said, Lo, this hath touched thy lips, and thine iniquity is taken away, and thy sin purged. Also I heard the voice of the Lord, saying, Whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, Here am I, send me. And he said, Go, and tell this people, Hear ye indeed, but understand not. And see ye indeed, but perceive not. So again, again, this came up because I've read words and stuff, but until you really have the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, God's Spirit, you don't understand it. You really don't understand it, okay? You have to experience God to really know. You have to, that's what's the beauty of it. Like, you can't have free will if there's not choices. He's not going to just show up unless you ask, okay? So Matthew 13, 9 through 17. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. And this is Jesus speaking, by the way. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, By hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand. And seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. So again, it's free will. I wanted to read that because he clarifies it's really your heart. It's about what you desire. Have you closed off your eyes to see and your ears to hear? It's free will. So this video is pretty long here. I'm going to end it here, but I hopefully conveyed the importance that God doesn't abandon you. That's the enemy telling you that. It's lies. It's not that God doesn't love you, okay? If you don't know God, that's the enemy telling lies. You've got free will and you got to take responsibility. And if you want to know, desire to know, and he will show you. And I can tell you that from experience myself. Like mind blowing. And it's in a way that will get to you because he knows you. And it's the most intimate relationship you could ever have. Okay? I'm not talking about sex and stuff like that. I'm talking about really intimate. Knows every single thing you felt, thought, done, and still loves you. Still there for you. If you don't know, you need to know. You need to ask. So go to him, please. But if you like the video, thumbs up. Of course, always please put comments and questions down below. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Ring-a-ding-a-ling that bell for notifications to let you know when I upload videos. And as always, stay strong, seek, knock, and God bless.